Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to our channel dedicated to exploring the fascinating world of the British royal family. Today, we delve into a deeply personal and poignant development unfolding within the House of Windsor, prompted by recent news concerning His Majesty King Charles III. It involves a figure renowned for her unwavering dedication and pragmatic approach. Her Royal Highness, the Princess Royal, Princess Anne. Before we embark on this significant discussion, we would be incredibly grateful if you could take a moment to show your support. Please do remember to give this video a like, as it helps us reach more viewers interested in these important updates. And if you haven't already, subscribing to our channel ensures you won't miss any of our future explorations into royal affairs. Your support truly makes a difference. The recent news regarding King Charles III's health has undoubtedly cast a somber shadow over the royal family, and indeed touched the hearts of many across the globe who hold him in high regard. While the palace has provided updates, the gravity of the situation seems to have spurred a significant figure into action. Someone who has, until now, largely remained above the fray of internal family tensions. That figure is Princess Anne. Princess Anne is, of course, a cornerstone of the modern monarchy. Known widely for her indefatigable work ethic, her no-nonsense, straightforward attitude, and her profound sense of duty, she embodies a certain stoicism and dedication that resonates deeply with many. She is often described as the hardest-working royal, carrying out hundreds of engagements each year with quiet efficiency and unwavering commitment. Her loyalty to the crown and to her family is legendary. She is not one for drama or public displays of emotion, preferring instead to focus on the task at hand and uphold the traditions and responsibilities that define her role. It is precisely this reputation for being grounded, practical, and utterly dependable that makes her reported recent actions so particularly noteworthy. For quite some time, the relationship between King Charles III and his younger son, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, has been, to put it mildly, strained. The rift has been public, widely discussed, and has caused considerable pain and distress, not only within the family itself, but among those who follow their story. Princess Anne, throughout much of this period of estrangement and public commentary, had seemingly maintained a degree of distance, perhaps hoping that the issues would resolve themselves, or perhaps believing it was not her place to interfere directly in what was fundamentally a complex father-son dynamic, complicated by the brotherly relationship between Prince Harry and Prince William. However, according to reports emanating from palace sources and discussed in various publications, including a recent account in Woman's Day magazine, the landscape has shifted dramatically. The catalyst, it appears, is the profoundly upsetting health update concerning the king. Specifically, the news that King Charles's cancer is considered incurable has, understandably, brought a stark and painful reality into sharp focus for the entire family, including Princess Anne. This devastating development has reportedly compelled the 74-year-old Princess Royal to reevaluate her position and her approach to the ongoing family discord. Sources close to the situation suggest that the king's diagnosis has injected a powerful and undeniable sense of urgency into matters that might previously have been left to unfold at their own pace. The realization that time may be a precious commodity and potentially running out has seemingly spurred Princess Anne to take a more active, albeit private, role in attempting to bridge the chasm that has opened up within the heart of the family. One source, speaking to Woman's Day magazine, articulated this shift with striking clarity. They stated, and I quote, "The news that her beloved brother's cancer is incurable has forced her to face a devastating reality. There's a sense of urgency, and time's running out." This quote powerfully underscores the emotional weight of the situation and highlights the profound impact the king's health has had on his sister. It speaks to a realization that long-standing disagreements and unresolved issues take on a new, more critical dimension when faced with the fragility of life and the uncertainty of the future. Despite the undeniably tough and emotionally challenging circumstances surrounding the king's health, the bond between King Charles and his sister, Princess Anne, remains incredibly strong. They share a lifetime of shared experiences, responsibilities, and a deep mutual understanding forged through decades of dedication to public service and the unique pressures of royal life. It is reported that in the wake of his diagnosis, the king and Princess Anne have been engaged in what are described as serious discussions. These conversations, according to the sources, touch upon deeply personal and significant matters, including aspects of the king's final wishes. The very phrase final wishes carries a heavy weight, particularly in this context. It suggests discussions that look towards the future, address potentially sensitive or unresolved issues, and perhaps outline hopes or desires for how things might be managed or remembered. It is within the framework of these profound and often difficult conversations that Princess Anne is reportedly making a heartfelt and surprising appeal. Her plea, as conveyed by the sources, is directed towards her brother, the king, and centers on the bitter and protracted feud between his two sons, Prince William and Prince Harry. Anne is reportedly urging King Charles to prioritize finding a way, anyway, to bring an end to this out-of-control feud. The urgency of her appeal is further emphasized by the poignant addition, even if it's not in his lifetime. This suggests a recognition of the deep-seated nature of the conflict and the possibility that reconciliation might be a long and arduous process, but one that is nonetheless vital to initiate, especially given the king's health. It implies a desire to see steps taken now, to set a process in motion, rather than allowing the division to fester and potentially continue unresolved beyond the king's own time. The current state of affairs between King Charles and Prince Harry is described as one where they are not on speaking terms. This is a stark illustration of the depth of the estrangement. Sources attribute this breakdown in communication, at least from the king's perspective, to a perceived lack of trust stemming from Prince Harry's public actions and statements. Following his decision to step back from senior royal duties and his subsequent move to the United States with his wife, Meghan Markle, the Duke of Sussex has engaged in various public platforms, including interviews, documentaries, and particularly his memoir, Spare, where he has openly discussed his experiences, his feelings about his family, and shared details that have been widely interpreted as critical of the royal family and its members. These public revelations, while perhaps cathartic or necessary for Prince Harry, have clearly had a significant and damaging impact on his relationship with his father and brother. The notion that Harry cannot be trusted is a powerful indictment, suggesting that the king feels vulnerable or exposed by his son's willingness to share intimate family matters publicly. This breakdown of trust is a major hurdle in any potential reconciliation efforts. Princess Anne, however, appears to hold a nuanced view. While she reportedly acknowledges the mistakes that Prince Harry may have made, particularly perhaps in the manner or timing of his public pronouncements, she is also said to retain a degree of regard for him. This regard is reportedly rooted, at least in part, in his military service. Prince Harry served in the British Army for 10 years, undertaking 2 tours of duty in Afghanistan. Military service holds a special place within the royal family and the United Kingdom, representing a commitment to duty, country, and often involving personal risk and sacrifice. Anne herself has strong connections to the armed forces, holding numerous honorary military appointments. It is plausible that she views Harry's service as a significant and commendable aspect of his life, one that perhaps offers a different perspective on his character and motivations, separate from the recent family difficulties. Interestingly, the source indicates that Princess Anne holds the same regard for Prince William, the Prince of Wales. Prince William also served in the military, albeit for a shorter period as an RAF search and rescue pilot. Acknowledging her respect for both brothers' military service suggests a point of common ground, a shared history of duty and commitment that perhaps Anne hopes can be built upon. However, the relationship between Prince William and Prince Harry is also deeply fractured. They have been estranged for a significant period, reportedly for nearly 3 years now. What was once a famously close bond between brothers, often described as a royal double act, has deteriorated into a state of minimal, if any, communication. This brotherly rift is arguably just as painful and complex as the father-son dynamic, adding another layer of difficulty to any potential reconciliation. The insider quoted in the report puts forward a compelling argument for why Princess Anne might be the crucial figure in this delicate situation. They state unequivocally that Anne is the only one who possesses the unique combination of position, trust, and temperament to effectively speak sense to all 3 individuals involved: King Charles, Prince William, and Prince Harry. This is a bold claim, but one that speaks volumes about Anne's standing within the family. Her relationship with her brother, the king, is built on a foundation of deep respect and unparalleled trust. The source emphasizes this by saying King Charles trusts Anne like no other. This level of trust is paramount. It means that when Anne speaks, the king is likely to listen, to truly hear her concerns and suggestions, even on matters as sensitive as this. Their bond as siblings who have navigated the complexities of royal life side by side for over 7 decades gives her a unique perspective and influence that perhaps no one else in the family possesses. Furthermore, the relationship between Princess Anne and her nephews, Prince William and Prince Harry, is also described in particularly warm terms. The insider notes that William and Harry have had nothing but respect and affection for Anne from the day they were toddlers. This speaks to a lifelong connection, a consistent positive presence in their lives. Unlike the more formal or complex relationships they might have had with other senior royals, their Aunt Anne appears to have always been a figure of stability, common sense, and perhaps even a source of quiet support or understanding. This deep-seated respect and affection mean that they, too, are likely to be receptive to hearing what she has to say, even if they are currently at odds with each other and their father. The source highlights a key aspect of Princess Anne's personality and approach that makes her particularly suited for this role: her pragmatic, no-drama approach. This is a defining characteristic of the Princess Royal. She is not one for emotional theatrics or complicated maneuvering. She deals with issues directly, logically, and without unnecessary fuss. This approach is contrasted favorably with what might have characterized some of the interactions or public narratives surrounding the feud. Intriguingly, the insider draws a parallel between Anne's approach and that of her late father, Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh. Prince Philip was known for his blunt honesty, his practical mindset, and his aversion to emotional complexity or sentimentalism. He was a figure who valued duty, resilience, and getting things done. Likening Anne's style to his suggests she embodies a similar kind of straightforward, no-nonsense wisdom. This shared characteristic with their beloved grandfather could potentially make her a more relatable or respected figure for William and Harry to listen to, especially if they valued Philip's counsel and directness. The source concludes this point by suggesting that Anne's pragmatic, no-drama approach, so reminiscent of Prince Philip's, is a potential bridge to reconcile Harry and William. This is a powerful statement. It posits that her method of dealing with difficult situations, cutting through the noise, focusing on core issues, and approaching things logically rather than emotionally, might be exactly what is needed to begin to mend the deep rift between the brothers. It suggests that she might be able to facilitate conversations or understanding in a way that others, perhaps more emotionally invested or less direct, have not been able to. Beyond the personal dynamics and the desire to see family harmony restored, there is another critical factor reportedly driving Princess Anne's intervention. The insider states that Anne also believes that the ongoing rift and the stress it undoubtedly causes are taking a toll on his brother's health. King Charles is currently undergoing weekly treatments for his cancer. Battling a serious illness is physically and emotionally draining. Living with the pain of a fractured family, particularly one involving his sons, is likely adding a significant layer of stress and emotional burden. Princess Anne, witnessing her brother's health struggles and knowing the deep love he has for his children, naturally wants to alleviate any additional stress that might be hindering his recovery or simply diminishing his quality of life during this challenging time. Her desire to see the feud ended is not just about future family relations or public image. It is also fundamentally about her concern for her brother's well-being. Asterisk now, asterisk. This belief that the family discord is negatively impacting the king's health adds a profound sense of urgency and necessity to her efforts. It transforms the issue from a matter of familial inconvenience or public relations into a genuine health concern for the reigning monarch. The situation facing the royal family is undeniably complex and emotionally charged. The king's health crisis has brought long-standing issues into sharp relief, forcing difficult conversations and potentially opening doors for intervention by figures like Princess Anne, who might previously have remained in the background. Princess Anne's decision to step into the role of potential mediator is significant. It speaks to her deep loyalty, her pragmatic nature, and her profound concern for her family, particularly her brother, the king. Her unique position, trusted implicitly by Charles, and held in deep respect and affection by William and Harry, combined with her straightforward, no-drama approach, positions her as perhaps the only person capable of attempting to bridge these seemingly insurmountable divides. The challenges are immense. Years of public commentary, hurt feelings, and broken trust cannot be undone overnight. The differences in perspective and expectations between the individuals involved are significant. However, the catalyst of the king's health has introduced a new dynamic, a sense of precious time, and a potential softening of positions in the face of a greater shared vulnerability. Princess Anne's reported efforts represent a ray of hope in what has been a deeply painful period for the royal family. Whether she will be successful in her attempts to encourage reconciliation between the king and Prince Harry, and perhaps even between Prince William and Prince Harry, remains to be seen. The path ahead is undoubtedly difficult, fraught with past hurts and complex emotions. However, the fact that Princess Anne, a figure known for her steadfastness and commitment to duty, is reportedly taking this initiative underscores the gravity of the situation and the deep desire within some parts of the family to see healing begin. Her belief that ending the feud is crucial for her brother's well-being adds a powerful moral imperative to her actions. This development certainly gives us much to reflect upon regarding the complex interplay of family dynamics, duty, and the pressures of public life within the monarchy, particularly during times of crisis. It highlights the enduring strength of sibling bonds, and the hope that even the deepest rifts can potentially be mended, or at least addressed, when faced with life's most profound challenges. What are your thoughts on Princess Anne's reported intervention? Do you believe her unique position and approach make her the most likely candidate to help bridge the gap between the king and his sons? What role do you think the king's health situation plays in the urgency of this matter? Please share your perspectives in the comments section below. We value your insights and enjoy reading your respectful contributions to the discussion. Don't forget, if you found this exploration insightful, please give the video a thumbs up. It truly helps our channel grow and allows us to continue bringing you these in-depth royal updates. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please do so and hit the notification bell so you're alerted the moment our next video is published. We have many more stories and analyses from the world of royalty planned. Thank you so much for watching and for being a part of our community. We look forward to engaging with you in the comments and welcoming you back for our next royal update. Goodbye for now.